All right. Good morning. We are standing up, rolling those shoulders up, back and down, abs in, ribs pulled down. Inhaling as we lift, exhaling with a little sigh. It's kind of sometimes all you can do. Add a little elbow lift as if you're doing an upright row, pull up, back and down. Bring those arms a little bigger into it. Big double arms. Sweeping and lifting and rolling, and now let those ribs do what they would naturally do. Pop up with this 2 more times. Big inhale, round it down and lift it up. Grab that right wrist, press up and over, lift those right toes, and then press the heel down, shoot the hip out, and get a longer stretch down that side. Bring it back up, grab your left wrist, step out with the left, come up on those toes, press, and then push that heel down, press that hip out. Beautiful. Bring that back to center. We're going to take our fingertips, we're going to bring them to the edges of the skull, so we're not interlacing. And we're going to exhale, nod the head, yes, add a little bit of pressure with the fingers, not a lot. And then on the inhale, I want you to lift the head, lift the chest, open the elbows, and arch a little bit to the back, but with support of the head. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift and open and arch. And 1 more time, we're going to exhale to round. And inhale to lift and stretch. Big arms, arms out to the side, shoulders back and down, thumbs towards the ceiling, or thumbs towards the back of the room, palms towards the ceiling. Squeeze open, bend those elbows together, and shake that all out. All right, so we're just going to do a little bit of standing work before we head down, starting just nice and easy with our curtsy. So right leg forward, left leg to the side, behind you, bend into it, see if you can lift that leg and come back up. We're going to add an element to it if you want. Knee up, open, around, down, lift it, come up. If you can, come through center with that knee up. If you can't, then put it down at some point. So if you want to, that left leg never touches the ground, though those left toes. So we're actually doing sort of a lift and then a rond de jambe and then our curtsy, and then this is nothing. We lift around, down, and curtsy. Good, and just a few more. If you lose your balance at some point, as I just did, feel free to tap a toe down. Your right leg should be getting all the work in your quad and your glute. If you want to, if your arms help you, you are welcome to do anything you want to with those arms. And if you'd rather just leave them quiet, that's fine. 1 more time, all the way around and down, back up to that balance, hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Let's take the leg we just worked, that right leg, cross it over the left. Up and over we go, pressing the hip to the right, pressing the arm to the left. Round it down a little bit, lift it up, open to the back, and then bring that down. All right, weight on your left leg. Right knee lift, open it, slide it, set it down if you need to, curtsy, lift it up if you can, come back through center, and no toe down unless you need it, right? So just plie, or excuse me, curtsy, into that knee lift, into that rond de jambe. And again, once you get going, you are certainly welcome to add any kind of arm movement that would feel logical to you or illogical. And 1 more time. And bring it up. Whoops, hit that balance for a second, sorry. All right, and now we go left leg over right, arms up and over, reaching to the right, hips go to the left. Bring it down and around, and then lift it up and shake that out. All right. Just come into the back of your mat for a second. Bring your legs about mat width apart, bent knees. Let's roll through a couple cat-cows. Kind of take your time as you need to. If you find a sticky spot where those vertebrae don't want to move independently, feel free to take a moment and go through those a little slower. One more time, and then extend that in that cow. Try and get your torso parallel to the ground. Pull the belly button in, pull the ribs in, tailbone stays long. We're gonna walk our hands out, so a high plank, but we've got wide legs. We're gonna do that little shoulder work we've done before. So check your hips, make sure they're not piped nor sagging. Shoulders, I'm gonna press the floor away with my shoulders rounding, and then I'm gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together. Head stays in line, round and squeeze, round and squeeze. I'm trying not to bend my elbows. They might change the tiniest bit, but mostly it's just shoulder. 2 more times, and then hinge it back. Walk it back. Hang out for a second, nod your head yes and shake no. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, hands to your heart, lift it up, big deep breath in. Exhale, back over again, cat, cow, torso parallel, walk it out. And we're gonna do that rounding and squeezing. 4. Last 2. Last one, squeeze, bend your elbows backwards, press up, hinge back. So we added a little push up, bend the knees, hands on your thighs, cat, cow, hands to your heart, weight in your heels, up and down, cat, cow, walk it out, round, squeeze, one more round, squeeze, 2 push-ups, press it back, walk it back, bend your knees, hands on your thighs, cat, cow, hands to your heart, lift it up, open, bring it down, cat, cow, walk it out, just 1 round and 1 squeeze. So round, squeeze, 3 push-ups, press it back, woo, bend your knees, cat, cow, hands to your heart, open, last time, bring it down, cat, cow, walk it out, 1 round, 1 squeeze, 4 push-ups, and knees down, woo, press it back. Sit back, take your hands over to the right, cross your left hand over the right, and then press towards that left hip. Come on back through center, walk through center, walk to the left, slide your right hand over, or excuse me, slide your left hand over, right over left, press your hips to the right. Come back through center, shoulders back and down, little baby cat-cow on your elbows, or your forearms, sorry. 2 more. Beautiful, stay in that forearm position. Walk yourself back and drop into a little extension here. Shoulders out of your ears, nod your head yes. Back of the neck is long. And we're just doing a pre-plank here, right? So we're gonna keep our hands where they are. We're gonna pull our collarbone back, nod your head yes, pull your chest back, pull your ribs and your belly button back. So you're on your knees and your forearms. But all I want you to do is perfect this form. So make sure there's not a little bit of sag. Pull that belly button in, maybe even round the back the tiniest bit. Tuck the hips under, and then tip them up. Tuck, tip, tuck, tip, tuck, tip, tuck, tip, tuck, and leave it tucked. That was just a little reminder of what the difference is between tucked and tipped. And then bring that down. Rest for a moment, bend those knees wide, let those heels rock side to side. Spin over and face me. Long stretch of the side body, right? So take your top hand, grab your shirt and lift it up. From there, drop your ribs to touch the floor, lift them up. Drop them to touch, lift them up. One more time, drop and lift and leave those ribs lifted. You can let your shirt go. Hand on that top leg. Top leg is going to point and lift and exhale, flex down. Point, lift, and exhale, flex down. Point, lift, exhale, down. Two more, lift and down. One more, lift and down, lift it halfway, bottom leg meets it, and then they both come down. Inhale, up, up, pause, exhale, down. Up, up, pause, exhale, down. Up, up, pause, exhale, down. One more, up, up, pause, exhale, down. Both legs, glue them together. Exhale, lift, pause, inhale, down. Exhale, lift, pause, inhale, down. Two more. And now we're just going to add the upper body. Take your bottom arm, bring it out in front of you. Press up off your elbow onto your hand. Both ends of the body lift up. Reach and down. Reach and down. Reach and down. Two more times. Reach and down. Reach, stay there. Can you walk your fingers back so you're in a parallel line? Can you bring your top arm up? Reach to the sky, and if possible, overhead. Look down, point your toes, try and become the longest, leanest you ever, so there's not there, your hips and your shoulders are in a straight line. And then you get to roll it down. Take a quick little break. And then we're back up into our plank position, shoulders out of our ears. We're going back into that pre-plank, collarbone back, chest back, ribs, belly button. And then press that floor away a little bit so you're in that pre-plank position. And then you're just going to sit back, a quick little shell stretch. And then as you come up, you're pivoting over onto your opposite side. So once again, you want a long straight line in your body, arm underneath your ear, toes are pointed so you can't even really see them. Take that top hand, lift your shirt up, and then tap it down and lift. Tap and lift, tap and lift. One more, tap, lift, ribs off the ground, waistline lifted, top leg points and lifts and flex to bring it down. Point, lift, exhale, flex down. Then that bottom leg joins it, hold for a second, and they both come down. So it's inhale, up, up, pause, exhale, down. Up, up, pause, exhale, down. One more time, up, up, pause, exhale, down. Glue the legs together, reverse the breathing. Exhale, lift, hold, inhale, down. Exhale, lift, hold, inhale, down. Exhale, lift, hold, inhale, down. Two more. Lift and hold. Good. And now we just add the upper body by bringing that arm in front, both ends of the body lift and down. Lift and down. Lift, elbow off the ground and down. Two more, lift and down. Last time, lift, get that elbow off the ground. Can you walk your hand up over your, overhead? There we go. Top arm, can it lift? Can it come overhead, flying sideways, Superman, point the toes, look and see, are your legs in front, behind, try and get everything squared up, and then come down and roll over onto your spine, hug both knees in, take a little break here, a little rock side to side. Left foot on the ground, right knee hugs in towards that right shoulder. Let's draw some circles on the ceiling. Let that knee cross way over toward the left side if you want. Good. And then cross it over the left. Let it pivot open. Pass the figure four. Slide it in. A little more active. Just a quick little stretch here. And then right foot goes on the ground. And you can stretch it out a little bit. And then that left knee comes nice and close in. Draw some big old circles with that knee. And reverse. And then put that foot on the ground, flip it over the right, drag that right heel in, press that left knee open. And then both feet on the ground. We're going to grab the right ankle with the right hand. We're going to lift the shin so it's parallel to the ground. We're going to take the left hand onto the right knee. We're going to lift the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. And then lastly, we're going to extend that left leg. So we're in the very stretchy version of single leg stretch, which means usually you lift yourself up, but we're bringing the knee in a little bit. But I want you to really curl this belly button in. And then I want you to exhale and switch, stretch through the right leg, right hand to the left knee, left hand to the left ankle. Pull yourself a little higher to that knee and inhale, switch, and exhale, left leg reaches. Inhale, switch, and reach. Keep it going. Good. Stack the legs tabletop, head, neck, and shoulders down, thumbs on your ribs, pinky fingers on your hips, middle finger, or excuse me, index finger on your belly button. Deep breath in, exhale, tuck your pelvis, right? So imprinted spine here, nod your head yes, toe touch, single leg or double leg, or as always, heel flex if you prefer. You have your hands where they are so that you'll notice if your fingers are widening and then narrowing, you don't want that to happen. You want them to stay the same distance apart, which means your ribs are staying pulled in, your low back is staying down, your rib and hip connection is staying solid. Hug those knees in and then lift them into tabletop, pivot open. Float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, exhaling, slow double leg stretch. Inhale, point the toes, exhale, flex the heels, arms reach overhead. Inhale, point the toes, and you lift towards them. You can stay here, you can come up halfway, you can see if you can make your way up to teaser. Exhale down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale to float the torso. Inhale to point the toes. Exhale, heels flex, arms reach. Inhale, point, lift, reach, however you need to. Exhale down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale to lift. Inhale, point those toes. Exhale, flex the heels. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, knees open. Exhale to lift. Inhale to point. Exhale to flex. Inhale to lift. Are you getting this? Because you're going to do a few on your own in a minute. Exhale down. Inhale, knees open. That's one. Step 2, you lift your torso. 3, you point your toes and straighten the legs. 4, you flex the heels, arms reach overhead. 5, you reach for those toes. 6, you come down. One more with me. Inhale, knees open. Exhale to lift the torso. Inhale to point the toes. Exhale, flex the heels. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale down. 2 more on your own for me, please. It's 6 steps. So 12 movements here, right? When you finish that 12th chain, move, hug your knees in for a quick second, take a little rock side to side, stack them back, tabletop. Hands back to that position where they were a minute ago, thumbs on your ribs, belly button, index finger, thumb, pinky finger on your hips. And again, you're going to keep that connection as you do another round of toe touches. Your version. Then you're going to extend both legs up in the air, reach up for the back of the right leg. We're going to do the stretchy version of scissors. So flex through both heels, bend your elbow, lift yourself towards your right knee and pull your right knee towards you. Feel that stretch, calf and hamstring. Bend a little more. Inhale, point both toes, switch the legs. Exhale, flex both heels. Bring that left leg a little closer and lift yourself up to it. Inhale, point the toes and switch. Exhale to flex and pull. Inhale to point, switch. Exhale to flex and stretch. Point, switch. exhale, flex, point switch, exhale, flex. Good. Take those knees back into tabletop, rib to hip connection. Back of the neck is nice and long. If you're not feeling that, roll up that mat just a little bit to give yourself that nodded yes position. Another round of toe touches. Beautiful. Take those legs, bring them apart. Just a little quick stretch here. Put your heels on the, or feet on the ground, soles of the feet together. Press open for just a second here. And then bring your hands around to the outsides of those legs, lift them up. Put your left foot on the ground, point your right toes straight up in the air, fingertips to your hip bones as we do leg circles. Inhale to circle in one direction, switch directions. Inhale to start your circle, exhale to finish. But the most important part of leg circles, of course, is that you keep those hips quiet. You may be able to make bigger circles. You might be able to straighten out the left leg and flex through the heel. Beautiful. Bend that right knee, put the foot on the ground, left leg straight, start your leg circles on the left side. Hips stay nice and quiet, as if you have a little dot of paint behind each hip and you don't want it to smear. Beautiful. All right, we're going to extend both legs up in the air. If you'd like, you go back to tabletop for one more round of toe touches. If you want straight legs, you're doing the same thing. You're keeping that rib to hip connection. You could do it with a single leg. You could do it with both legs. Double leg lower, or toe touch, or single leg lower. You want to come up slowly. Don't sweep those legs up, nice and slow with control. Even if it's a single leg, point, flex, come up. Point, flex, come up. That's my imitation of sheep, I guess. Ribs flat. Beautiful. Bend those knees, widen the feet wider than your mat. Let the knees drop over to the right. Let that left leg get a nice stretch on the front of that hip flexor. You could even place your right hand on the inside of that right thigh and your left hand on the outside of the left thigh. Just encourage a little deeper stretch. And come back through center, drop the knees the other way. Left leg drops open, right leg drops in. Left hand on your left inner thigh, right hand on the outside. Giving just a deeper stretch here. Back through center, we're going to do that one more time each way. Knees dropped right. And back in, and knees dropped left. And back up. All right, with our feet really wide, We're just going to bring the heels in so they're on the mat, but the toes are staying wide. We're going to walk our feet back underneath our knees, shoulders back and down, abs in, lift up in a big bridge here, really wide base of support, right? So you might feel a little easier than usual. But let's rotate the arms and hover the hands and bring them down as if you're going towards the ankles. All right, staying in this bridge pose, keeping your hips even so they're not going to work, right? I want you to see if you could move your hips a little bit side to side, again, without letting them dip. Ribs in. Now, I want you to come to center, lift your hips an inch, drop an inch, lift, drop. Now, stay at center, lift your heels so that your calves are a little involved. Now, slide side to side. Again, you don't want to go so far that the opposite hip dips, right? So it's a small movement. And then we'll put everything together. You're going to lower, lift, slide, slide, lower, lift, slide, slide, lower, lift, slide, slide, lower, lift, slide, lower, lift, slide. Almost there. One more. And relax. Ooh, okay. Left leg is going to open in that half frog. Right knee is going to come in towards the right shoulder. So kind of stretching opposite directions here. And then pull that right knee towards your right shoulder. Rotate that right ankle towards your left. And then just put that right foot on the inside of the left groin and let it pivot open. This is heading into a half lotus. So if this doesn't work for you, move that foot. Hand goes around, pull that right leg up, put the right foot on the ground, use the left hand to lift the left knee. Drop the right leg open in a half frog, bring that left leg in, give it a hug, move it in and over to the left. And see if you can reach down and bring that left ankle towards you. And then put it on that right groin. Let it drop open if that's in your wheelhouse. If you need to support it with your hand, that's fine. And then left foot on the ground, use your right hand to lift that right leg up. All right, grabbing around behind your thigh or hamstrings, take a little rock side to side. And then we're going to keep our knees bent, but apart a little bit, feet together, shoulders back and down. We're going to exhale, a little rolling like a ball, but with wide knees. Last time, come up, extend those legs out, hands beside your hips. Give me a tricep press up, push the hips back. Pull those glutes out from under you so you're sitting really tall, and then pull yourself forward. Long, flat spine. Pull your toes back towards you with your knees bent, grab your toes and pull them back. Try not to drop and round, so if you find your upper back is rounding, go ahead and bend the knees a little bit more. And then just give me a little, press and pull here with those feet and those hands. And then finally, go ahead and allow your body to relax completely. All right, keep your hands where they are, pull your feet back. All right, so you have a big bend in your knee. Bring your hands around to the outside, so you're in a little teeny ball here. Lift that left leg up in tabletop. Lift the right leg up in tabletop. Don't fall though, okay? So here you are, balanced position. Notice if you're rounded through those shoulders, can you lift up a little? And then finally, some of you are going to see if you could extend the legs and still hold the toes. And if not, you're just going to move your hands lower, or you're going to stay in the bent knee position, right? So feel free to move your hands down towards your ankles or your shins or wherever. Shoulders, pull them back and down. Matter of fact, remember that rounding and squeezing? Let's do a few of those. Round, squeeze, round, squeeze. Two more, round and squeeze, round and squeeze, and lift that chest, point those toes, widen those legs, pull that belly button in, find that balance. Nice V position. Option only if you want is to roll open leg rocker, right? I rolled off on that. Remember, it's only to your shoulders, and then you come up and you stick that balance, round it, roll it up, stick the balance. And last time, come up and then find your pretty balance again, hold it, bend your knees, feet on the ground. All right, so roll downs with rotations today. Sitting nice and tall, arms out in front of you, shoulders back and down. Exhale, give me a little hinge, not a big one, right? Head still in line with your spine. Front arm rotates to me, back arm lifts. And then we're gonna come back to center, we're gonna come up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rotate. Check out what's going on with your knees. So do your best to keep your knees from gapping apart, right? They stay the same distance apart. So if you normally have your feet together, you may want to widen them so they're hip distance apart. Almost there. I didn't forget you. And relax. All right, we're pivoting back over onto our sides, facing the front again. And we're going to stack the knees this time, but the arm is back underneath the ear, and we create that little mouse house again. We're going to lift that top leg as a unit, so we're not leading with the heel nor the toe or the knee. So we just lift, and I'm not even tapping it down or touching it down. I might tap my other foot. Good. Now feet together, traditional clam. Pivot that top knee open. You don't want to pivot it so far open that you unstack your hips. Waistline lifted. Good. Now we lift our heels in the air and we do the clam from there. Now feet down, we're gonna go knee taps knee, toe taps toe, knee, toe, knee, toe, neato. All right, last move, legs straighten, waistline is still lifted. Remember that rond de jambe from the beginning of class? It's basically what we're gonna do here. Big circles, trying not to do this with your torso, right? Torso stays stable, hips stay in line, as circle as big as you can handle, and then reverse. And relax. Ooh, bend that top knee, give that hip some love. Leave that leg where it is, but lift yourself up. Bend your other knee and sit squarely on your hips. So make sure that your heel, this heel, isn't underneath you, right? It's out a little bit. And then just walk this foot a little bit across your body. You should already feel a stretch, but if you did this, you won't. So put that hip down and then pull across. And then you're gonna lie down on that leg that you just worked. So we're on the opposite side, arm underneath you, waistline lifted. We start by that regular lift, how the calf comes up parallel with the ground. Good, and now typical clam, feet together, pivot the top knee open. Good, knees down, heels in the air, pivot open. And then we come down and go knee to knee, toe to toe, knee and toe, knee and toe. And then we stretch everything long, try and keep those hips quiet as you circle as big as you can without rocking on those hips. And reverse. And relax. Oh, bend that knee. Oh, give that hip some love. Keep that knee in front as you press up. Sit squarely on your hip. So lift yourself up and pull back. And then push that hip down. Bend that knee. Maybe walk the foot across a little bit. Pull the knee across, but keep pressing that hip down. Beautiful. All right, we're coming over onto our abs. Long line in your body, arms out front, legs lengthened. With that right leg, stretch it. With that left leg, stretch it. So easier is going to be arms and legs in a star position. A little more challenging, they're a little closer together, and most challenging, they're in parallel. So peak your poison, head in line with your spine, deep breath in. On the exhale, pull your belly button in, lift your right thigh and your left arm and come down. Inhale. Exhale, right arm, left leg, and down. Again, left and right and left. Option to lift both arms and then left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg, but my hands aren't coming down. Left arm, right arm, etc. Option to leave your arms down for now, lift both legs. Right leg, left arm, lift, legs stay up, right arm, left leg, la-di-da, la-di-da, okay. Next option, all four limbs are off the ground and you alternate arm and leg. And then final option is swimmer. So all four limbs are lifted. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And relax. And we'll press back in our shell stretch. Arms can be out front or by your sides. If you need to, you can make little fists and tuck them between your hamstring and your calves. And then as we come forward, hands are way out front. We're going to come through a cow and round back in a cat. Beautiful. And then let's just pivot all the way back over onto our spine, hug both knees in. And we're going to do a cat-cow lying down. So cat, curl your knees in, round your low back. Cow, let your legs move away and your low back lift up. Cat, you curl. Cow, you extend. Couple more just like that.
And then on this last one, leave your right leg in, put your left foot on the ground, please. Hug that right knee nice and close. Reach down, grab your right toes with your right hand, pull them back and flex the heel towards the sky. So I'm pulling the knee down into the right armpit. Play with those toes if you want, maybe both hands. Manipulate through that foot, pull the toes back and then press them the other way, push against your hand in both directions. Maybe give your foot a ring out, right? So both directions. And then finally, see if you can extend that right leg off to the right. Still holding the toes if possible. If not, move it down to your ankle. Get some movement in those ankle joints, please. And then turn those right toes in, bring the leg back through center, straighten your left leg. And we'll use the left arm to support that. With the toe turned in, just let that leg go a few inches. Feel that stretch through the shin. You can even sickle the foot and see how that changes it. Down through the IT band into your outer hip. We'll let it go a little farther. And then lastly, we'll bend the knee and support. I've got my left elbow on the ground. And I'm just letting that leg hang in space for a minute. And then I bring it down, back around, and I tuck that left knee behind it. Grab that left shin. Take a little rock side to side. Bring the knees in towards your chest, over to the left. Arms into a T, knees drop over to the left. Big twist, big stretch through that lower back and outer hip. Then back up through center. Left foot on the ground, right leg presses open for a moment, and then bring it down, left leg beside it. The right leg should feel so much better. Then the right knee, hug that left knee in. Bring it up and over towards your left shoulder. See if you can reach down, grab those left toes, pull them back, and then use both hands, pull on those toes, press those toes, push your toes against your hand in both directions. Maybe pull on each toe, wring that foot out a little bit. And then finally, left hand pulls that leg straight if possible, holding those toes. If that's not happening, move your hand down and mobilize through your ankle. Then turn the toes in, bring that leg back through center, straighten out the right leg, bring your right arm to support, left arm off to the side, turn your toes in, keep the hip down, feel that stretch, again, all the way down. The more you sickle that foot, meaning point the sole of your foot towards me, the more you're gonna feel that outer side of your body. And then I'm just gonna give a little support with my right elbow. Let it hang in space for a minute. Bend it, put it down, tuck the right one behind it, grab that right shin. Take a little rock side to side. Hug the knees as close as possible, up and over towards that right shoulder, big deep stretch. And then arms into a T and knees drop right. As you come back through center, just press open with that left leg and then both arms and legs straighten. Deep breath in, point the toes, exhale, flex through the heels, tuck the hips under. So cow as we point, cat as we tuck, right? So we're doing a lying down cow cat again. And then however you want to join me on your hands and knees, roll up or roll over, that's fine. We're going to do our little stagger. So left hand forward, right knee forward. And you're not doing anything except moving your hips forward and back at this point. So it's just a weight shift. And then we'll turn it into a cow cat. So cow forward, cat back. Beautiful. Box everything back up. Right hand and left knee come forward, shifting your weight forward and back. And then cow cat. Beautiful. Square everything up. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, hover, and then press up, down dog. Take that time to pedal your feet out if you'd like. wide stance. Let your arms swing side to side. If you're too close to the ground, bend your elbows, a little movement side to side. Maybe even swing your arms up, don't hit the ground. If that feels okay, that's a lot on your spine, don't worry about it. We're skating, woo! Bend your knees, hands on your thighs. Cat and cow. Big deep breath in. Exhale, bring it down, hands to your heart. Thank you, guys. All right, let's do one more trivia, please. At least one, we'll see.
Oh, good class.